I'm fucking different, bro. I fucking love it, bro. And you know,
Yeah.
whatever, make the jokes. You know, I'm riding fucking Kevin Feige's dick. I don't give a shit. I fucking loved it.
First, I was scared that they're gonna do some bullshit with like a CG Chadwick running into a fire, yelling "Wakanda Forever" and exploding. I thought it was gonna be some cheesy bullshit.
You're gonna make him do a terrorist attack?
So I came into the theater like this. I was like, they better not fuck this up.
Play James Brown. I didn't think he could pull it off, but he killed that shit, man. It's like, yo, this guy can do anything. What the hell?
Like, how the fuck could you be James Brown and T'Challa?
Yeah,
Makes no sense whatsoever. No sense.
That's wild.
What if they brought in a thick white woman with a Russian accent? You'd be like, Scarlet who?
You gonna bring in Sarah J to be Scarlett Johansson? Yo, make me a fucking henchman then. You know how Black Widow be doing that one signature move where she like wraps your legs around your face? Yes. Make me a henchman.
I liked when they first introduced him when he's on the beach. Like, I swear he saw Angela's assets. My boy stopped mid-swim, mid-backstroke.
I can't picture anybody else being Iron Man except for Robert Downey Jr.
I agree. Yeah, man.
Hell no. No,
That's
Tom Cruise. No way. Tom Cruise should have been Morbius. The way this motherfucker has not aged in the last 20 years. All this fucking game is, bro, is just creating content, collabing with people. I'm starting to collab a lot more. Yeah. And, you know, I want to get people from all different fucking areas. I love what you guys do. You guys are fucking hilarious. You guys are on top of your game. I know you guys know way more about comics than I do, so I want to have people who know more shit than I do on my fucking platform.
He's gonna be like, name me 3 Magna comics. Name 3.
Yo, if somebody puts me on a spot like that, it's like, bro, it's like I don't know shit. I don't know shit.
Me too.
It's like,
I just love this shit, man. I'm just passionate about it. You know what I mean? And I've been watching this and reading comics since I was little, so it's just
man. Yeah, I still remember the first comic that I got for myself. Obviously, I didn't buy it, but it was a Spawn comic. So all my other comics were just like hand-me-downs or I was taken from friends. But like the first one, my uncle bought it and he was like, "Here, don't tell your mom." And I was like, "Yo, this shit is dope," but it was mad blood and like it was definitely
wild, bro. I was reading that at age 6, man. He was fighting hookers, all types of madness.
Yeah, fucking crazy. But all right, cool. So let's get rolling, man. Let's get rolling. We know why we're here. We're here to talk about Wakanda Forever. Yes, and I got the 2 fucking legends on here. I got the Bacchanal podcast. I got
hyping us up too much, man.
I got a kill on here. And we're gonna get right to the shits, man. So, yo, what do you guys think of Wakanda Forever? Give me like the first like 20 seconds of what you thought of it, and then we'll kind of like break this bitch down.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, you put it on me. I thought it was gonna just be like some somber, bittersweet. We gonna cry about T'Challa for 3 hours ordeal, but and at times it was that. Like there was times where it needed to be quiet, and you would literally hear wind blowing, like a loose booty fart, just wind and breeze. You'll hear that on these quiet moments where you actually have to be one with the characters. There's a blurred line between reality and what's going on because you know the characters suffer similar fates, and these actors have to deal with the loss in real time and in the movie. So watch them juggle that is great. Seeing Angela Bassett act her ass off was great. Yep. Supporting characters need some more screen time. I feel like M'Baku needs some screen time. Ironheart, I liked her, but I felt like her subplot was shoehorned in the movie. Namor was great. I was getting Killmonger energy, but he was, he wasn't as ruthless or as evil as Killmonger. He was more in line with what his people needed. I feel like some areas in the movie felt kind of Power Ranger-ish, and I'm talking about Act 3. I'm not gonna spoil that. And another negative was Namor's motivations kind of turned on the dime, but I guess that's probably them trying to highlight the fact that he's basically mutant bipolar because of the blood imbalance he has. Makes him just wild the fuck out for no reason sometimes. I can't use that excuse. If I try that out, I got blood imbalance, baby.
You're saying Namor is a diabetic, low blood, low low
he's a
insulin
jackass
levels
in the comics.
Yeah.
But overall, I gave it a 9 at first, but I might lean towards an 8.5. It does have some flaws. It's not perfect.
Okay.
There's aspects that I like about it more than the first movie, but the first movie is more fun. They're two different movies.
Yeah.
And you can't really compare the two. Because even, I'm sorry, Lift Me Up doesn't slap like all the stars, though.
Nah.
Yeah, that first soundtrack is incredible.
Yeah, the first Black Panther soundtrack with Kendrick Lamar and TDE did that shit.
That had no right.
Fire. I was listening to that like it was like a real album. Like
Still
that shit was dope. This one, it's like, all right, I was hyped for Rihanna to come through, and it was 12 o'clock midnight, and that shit put me right to sleep. I was like, but I can see what they was doing.
Yeah, I was listening to the Jeezy album while I was driving in the city. The Scarface. Who put this shit together? Me. That's who. You know what I'm talking about. And then I was like, oh yeah, the Rihanna, the Black Panther 2 soundtrack. Put that on. The whole energy in the car was just
killed. Oh man, y'all want to take a nap.
But then when I went into the theater and then I got the tone of the movie and the scenery and everything, it came together better. But it's still not a song I'm running back to listen to or a soundtrack.
Oh, definitely not. All right, so give your critique on Wakanda Forever.
I was nervous coming into this movie because Phase 4, or I like to call it sometimes Phase Bore, had a lot of problems in it. And they did a lot of expanding of a lot of characters, and they're forcing in a lot of new characters, a lot of new generational characters. So coming into this, I was like, oh man, it's going to be a little disappointing, probably like Doctor Strange or like Thor. But when I saw how they hit the ground running, they set the tone. The actors all brought their A game. The scenery was cinematography was absolutely stunning.
Okay.
It was on point with the first one, and some things were a little better, but some things were a little shoehorned, so it gave me some problems. I absolutely love this movie, Chef's Kiss. I recommend people seeing this in theaters. I'm trying to do a spoiler-free-ish version right now. Are we doing spoilers, or are we going?
We're definitely doing spoilers. Like it's way past the spoiler situation. Just like this first 2 minutes, y'all get spoiler-free. I'll put the little fucking disclaimer and shit like that.
Yeah.
But all right. I'm fucking different, bro. I fucking loved it, bro. Whatever, make the jokes. I'm riding fucking Kevin Feige's dick. I don't give a shit. I fucking loved it.
I loved it too.
With Phase 4, I could understand the critiques on Phase 4. Like, I could understand. It's like, like even my wife mentioned it, and she doesn't read comics. She's like, why is there all female versions of all the old superheroes? And I was like, well, they were in the comics, but I could see how it just seems like it's like they're overdoing it a little bit. But just kind of tying this into Wakanda Forever, I thought this was phenomenal. I thought this was great compared to all of the other movies that came out. Not saying that I didn't like all of the Phase 4 movies. Like, I like Doctor Strange. Obviously, I love Spider-Man No Way Home.
Love that.
I like Black Widow. I like what Black Widow added with her sister. But yeah, I really liked Wakanda Forever. I loved that they sent off Chadwick in the beginning. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that likes whatever. We'll talk about this later. But I like the send off for Chadwick. I loved the action scenes. I love the seriousness of the villain with Namor or whatever you guys want to fucking go by. Yeah, right. We got to get the fucking Hispanic like little rolled R at the end now, right? I thought that shit was dope. I'm always looking for, and I've been saying this for like years. The superhero movie is going to be as good as the villain is.
Yep.
And a lot of times when we get these superhero movies, the villains just don't make it like menacing enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas like I felt the menacingness of Namor when he came out of the water when Shuri and Shuri's mom were just like chilling, and he was just like threatening them.
Yeah. And
you could tell the confidence that he had. Like he knew. He was like, yo, I'll wash this whole city by myself.
Literally.
Like, yeah, he was like, and he kept it gangster too. He was like, yo, don't say my fucking name. He was like, yo, make sure y'all get that person and deliver it to me. I was like, oh, you've been watching like mafia movies or something like that. Like this shit was crazy.
He the first mob, bro. He the first, bro.
Yeah, man.
He's like, listen,
I liked it. I liked Riri also. I liked the way they spin, and probably this is because it's Ryan Coogler, but I like the way they spin the black character. You know, a lot of times we'll see black characters where it's like, you know, like a stereotype, whereas a majority of the Wakandans, like they're all different. Like you see Shuri is more in tune with like science and kind of tied to the real world, right? And Baku, he's just like super traditional, almost like he was like an African, but an African like 500 years ago. And you could just see like different points of different people. But then you also have Riri, who's fucking like us, and she's wearing Yeezys and she's talking like us. So I don't know. All in all, I love the project. Obviously we'll get into like spoilers and like different shit, but you know, I just wanted to kind of do like the 20-second review between all of us, and now we'll get into like the good shit.
I saw somebody online. They said that M'Baku was a hotep. I said, y'all lying. How you a hotep, man? You a whole African.
Would he be a fucking hotep?
I was like, would he be a hotep though if he came to our civilization and just walking around talking and stuff? He did say bald head demon.
They really need to make hoteps in the real world though, but now they're more like Wakanda sympathizers, or like, you know how like alt-right fucking tiki torches, but they need to do that shit for Wakanda. That's what they need to put in the next movie.
Put that the Disney Plus show.
Word. I mean, I guess the Disney Plus shows have been kind of like edgy lately, right?
Yeah. They can put my Pan-Africans in there.
Yeah, they got to do it. They got to do it. So, first things first, let's talk about it. Do we like that they killed off T'Challa, or did we want them to immediately replace Chadwick Boseman? And I saw you guys were talking about it on your podcast. I was like, yo, let me pause this because you guys are talking about all the good shit, and I want to be like in it when you guys say it live. But how do you guys feel about that?
Initially I was like, you know, comics, they have different artists all the time. So to change an actor, it's not something new in this movie.
Okay.
So I was like, you know, like coming out of this and writing a story is going to be so hard. I think it'd be the best thing to do is just to re-add a new actor in there and change it up.
Okay. All right. What about you, Akil?
At first, I wanted them to just do like a Terrence Howard, you know, next time, baby. And then, you know, transition. Whole completely different skin tone, too, bro. Like,
yeah, I was about to say, he's a little bit too caramel.
Light skin with curly hair, the Don Cheadle, man. They didn't explain that shit at all. So if we ended up with a light skinned T'Challa, I would have been looking kind of, you know,
Michael
sideways. Like, bro, really? We got Jesse Smollett as Chadwick as T'Challa. So yeah, I'm okay with what they're doing because it leaves room for either them aging up his son.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure how they can pull that off. But the other thing they can also do is with the Kang Dynasty, they can bring in the T'Challa variant. You know they want to they want to bring Killmonger back. So either they could go the route of Madam Slay being introduced and resurrecting him that way, or they could bring a Killmonger variant. So I feel like Michael B. Jordan's not going to turn down that bag. Not at all.
So we touched on a couple of things there. So let's talk about the variants.
Yeah.
If they brought in variants, so one thing about the variants is the variants don't stick around in any of the MCU. I think the only variant is America Chavez, and if she even really a variant,
incorrect. Really, right? Miles Morales is a variant. So after they had that battle world, and they brought all the universes into one, then those variants stayed in that world.
Okay.
So they could do that. They could bring in Miles Morales. They could bring in a John Boyega or somebody like that as a younger T'Challa.
So, but then what happens to that, like their family and their world and
merges?
Kind
of like Crisis Core with DC. Similar to that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of shit. I mean, obviously they're opening the door with Kang and having all of the different versions of the variants, but now they're slowly introducing mutants. So I'm always thinking, I'm like, yo, how the hell are they going to incorporate? And I know this is getting off topic, but I'll kind of round it down.
It's on topic for real, because because they said that in the new Deadpool movie, the TVA are going to be there, and he's gonna revisit some of the older Fox movies. So we might get Chris Evans as Human Torch. We might get they said Hugh Jackman's in it. So
yeah,
them being for him to jump through these different variants, it's gonna be kind of a farewell to all the Fox franchises. And I guess an introduction to the MCU. But word on the street is Ryan Reynolds is done after this.
What the hell?
He said so non-jokingly that, this is my last Deadpool and I'm going to do it right. Like, it's going to be like
That's some
farewell chef's kiss.
Right there,
I was like, people say that until they see that check, though.
He said that he's quitting acting like 3 years ago.
That check, though.
Yeah.
Change your whole mind.
I don't believe him for what word he's saying right now.
Yeah. That Fox and that Disney check, that's totally different ball games right there.
You wake
that's
up
why
and
he was coming back. You saw
doing...
that Kevin Feige signature at the bottom of his check, and he was like, "Oh, this is nice."
And most of Deadpool's voiceover anyway. You know what I mean? So he can just do voiceover.
He about to do a Tom Brady. I'm back, baby.
Yeah, he's coming back.
I'm back. He's gonna retire for a month.
Yeah. Get him back. Yeah,
he's coming back.
So let's go back.
All right.
Did you think that they should have replaced Chadwick Boseman like immediately?
Yeah, because I'm not a genius writer like these guys, but they pulled it off in a way that was way better than what I could have wrote. So seeing this movie, I was wrong. You know what I mean? I felt they would. I was like, just replace them, man. Just pay respect to him, but replace him for the story because it is a movie. It's a fictional character at the end of the day. But they did an impressive job on this, man. Coming from the situation they had to write themselves out of, they killed it.
So it's a fictional character, but I feel like once it's done right, that fictional character is now real. If that makes sense.
It's a
let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. If Tony Stark passed away, if Robert Downey Jr. passed away, who could you see filling in those shoes to be Iron Man? I can't picture anybody else being Iron Man except for Robert Downey Jr.
I agree. Yeah, man.
Hell no.
No,
Tom Cruise. No way. No way. Tom Cruise should have been Morbius. The way this motherfucker has not aged in the last 20 years.
Keanu Reeves, right? Keanu Reeves as Iron Man. Whoa. Dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, or even Thor. If Chris Hemsworth is Thor. If he passed away, I can't picture anybody else being Thor. And of course, they're going to fill it in and do whatever they need to do. But still, it's and it's the same thing. I feel like Chadwick brought new life to Black Panther. And of course, obviously, he passed away. And obviously, eventually, it's going to be replaced. But I think by them incorporating a child and doing all of that, I think that was a respectable and tasteful way to replace. It's not like we're replacing him now. It's like, yo, your son's the new Black Panther.
You brought up a good point, man. Because I was thinking about characters who are just replaceable actor-wise. Like, they could replace Hawkeye, Black Widow. I wouldn't even know this. I'll be like, oh, shit, she's gone? I wouldn't even know this.
You a cold dude.
I don't know if we're replacing her, all right? That's a baddie right there. I was like, I don't know. Hey, Hawkeye, we might be able to replace. What
if they brought in a thick white woman with a Russian accent? You'd be like, Scarlet who?
You gonna bring in Sarah J to be Scarlett Johansson? Yo, make me a fucking henchman then. You know how Black Widow be doing that one signature move where she wraps your legs around your face? Yes. Make me a henchman.
For my wrestling fans, Rhea Ripley. Put Rhea Ripley in there. It's a wrap.
Who the hell is that?
Google it. Just Google it after this.
All right, Google after. I'll Google after.
Google it after purposes, of course.
That's funny.
For research, you'd be like, oh, Akil has exquisite taste.
Yeah, man. So it's tough, man. It's tough. And I know one thing that you guys were saying is like, yo, we've had, like, how many Batmans have we had? How many Supermans have we had? I don't know. It's like Marvel does something to where it makes those actors feel like it's them in real life.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Their casting directors, those guys are amazing. whoever the hell those people are, kudos, because they're killing
amazing.
Even Anthony Mackie, bro. Like, if they told me he was getting replaced, I'd be like, damn. Like, I grew so attached to him transitioning to Captain America and his personality. Like, if they're like, yo, we got this random new black guy, I'll be like,
yeah.
You grow so attached to all these characters except Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Can't even fucking do it, yo. It's like, yo, once Tom Holland was Spider-Man, I was like, fuck Tobey Maguire. Get that nigga out of here. I was like, Andrew Garfield, who the fuck is that? He hasn't been in nothing ever again.
Yeah.
But then when they brought them in for No Way Home, I mean, not No Way Home, Spider-Man.
No Way Home, right?
Oh, yeah, No Way Home, right? When they brought him in for No Way Home, I was like, yo, they're legends. I was like, yo, come through, big family. So, yeah, man, I don't fucking know. But, yeah, I think the way that they sent them off, I think that was the right way to do it. And now, how do you guys feel about people labeling it and just labeling Disney in general as them doing it for the money and it's a cash grab and using Chadwick Boseman's death as like a reason for people to buy tickets?
Look, man, they could have had him in 3D on the big screen for another 4 movies if they really wanted to push the dollar on people. You know what I mean? But they didn't. They did it. They like allowed Ryan to write it however he wanted and allowed the family to collaborate and do it in the most respectable way. Nah, I don't agree with what those statements are.
I mean, have we seen a dope 3D face like voiceover where it's like, yo, that's like them, like that's the person, like they're resurrected?
The closest one I seen was Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian. That's probably the closest.
And even that was a little shaky.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. But it was like, wow, that actually looks kind of good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the other ones are just like, what are y'all
dead,
doing?
Though. That's disrespectful. That's a phone call. All they had to do was call him, man.
Just shave. He didn't want to shave the beard.
Like the flips and everything.
I was like, yo, y'all even call Mark Hamill chilling right now. He was at Comic-Con the other day.
Yeah. He watched that so they like, did it. Shit, I'm in the show.
They did it with. That's funny. If they didn't tell him, exactly. I know they did, but if they didn't, and he was just like, "Oh shit, I'm in fucking Book of Boba Fett." Oh shit,
I'm in there.
Yo, that's me.
He's like
sitting there watching.
Check your mailbox.
I guess his kids are mad old now, but whatever. Yeah, they did it with Princess Leia too on the last Star Wars movie, and she passed away, but they did the voiceover, and it looked good, but they kind of like hid her face a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, if you just
know what, let me jump in here real quick. Like, I was thinking they were at first, I was scared that they're gonna do some bullshit with like a CG Chadwick running into a fire, yelling "Wakanda Forever" and exploding. I thought it was gonna be some cheesy bullshit.
You're gonna make him do a terrorist attack?
So I came into the theater like this. I was like, they better not fuck this up. But when the movie went on, that shit
Disney like that, they ain't gonna go that crazy. Nah.
I thought it was gonna be some Wakanda Forever, and then I thought like Sherry reaching out.
A part of me was kind of hoping that when Sherry went in after having the leaf or the flower, I thought she was gonna go in and the actual Chadwick would have filmed something because he knew he was passing. And he was gonna film something saying like, you know, Wakanda Forever, you got this, don't worry. Inspirational talks, you know what I mean? But I think the way they did this was way better. I'm not.
Yeah, I've been cheap. So, maybe like a deep fake.
No, not even a deep fake. Just him. You know, like when he was skinnier and he knew he was passing. When all y'all motherfuckers online was they're making fun of the poor guy.
Crack Panther and stuff, man. Shame on y'all.
Man made a video about like giving money to people or something, and everybody was just snapping on him. You know what I mean? So
black people don't take nothing serious, man.
Exactly. When I saw that shit, I was like, I mean, I knew that he was sick, but I didn't think it was like anything like that crazy. I'm sorry. First thing that I thought was he's playing a role. Like, you know how 50 dropped? Yeah, 50 dropped like 1,000 pounds for that movie that nobody saw. I don't even remember the name of it.
Name the movie. Yeah. I don't know.
We will do anything for a fucking movie. I'll tell you that. Yeah. That's what I thought it was at first. And then I was like, oh, maybe he's sick or something. But, he just like left it alone. And then all of a sudden it was just like, fuck, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Damn, I feel like black men all over the world were mourning that shit. Because even if you didn't read comics, you were aware of the cultural phenomenon that is Black Panther. Yeah, like you've seen it or you know somebody that's seen it.
Chadwick Star was just rising. Like his career was just like on the way to being like
bro,
top tier.
He was
legendary.
on his way to be like the next Denzel, the next Smith,
man.
like fucking the roles that he was like not even getting, the roles that he was earning and playing. It was like, yo, this motherfucker played every single historic, like great black person ever.
Right.
Like this guy was playing all of them.
Yeah,
this guy was Malcolm X and Martin Luther King in the same movie. It's like, yo, this nigga's getting everything.
I once saw him play James Brown. I didn't think he could pull it off, but he killed that shit, man. I was like, yo, bro, this guy can do anything. What the hell?
Like, how the fuck could you be James Brown and T'Challa?
Yeah,
makes no sense whatsoever. No sense.
Wow, that's wild. Like, yeah, the two options, man. Holy.
Yeah, I know James Brown had the fucking moves, and so does T'Challa, but damn, it's like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and Jackie Robinson. I was like, that's a wild bunch.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah, Jackie Rock. Yeah, he literally fucking played everything. It's like once Hollywood finds that one black dude, it's like you're gonna be everything. Yo.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's talk about the fucking villain, man. Let's talk about Namor, however y'all want to portray it or say the name.
Let's go, man.
Right?
Namor.
Right. What do we think of Namor?
I loved it, man. I love the energy. I liked when they first introduced him when he's on the beach. Like, I swear he saw Angela's assets. My boy stopped mid swim, mid backstroke. And it's like, let me go ahead. He even introduced himself. He's like, lovely weather, lovely surroundings. Your ear is pristine. They're just like, nigga, who are you?
That's a fact. He did get up here. He was like, yo, your air is pristine.
That's like some 90s gangster shit.
Yeah.
He's like,
charm, man.
He's like, air quality is immaculate here. They're like, who are you, sir? He's like, in due time. Ooh.
Yeah, I had to see. I went to see this before I took my wife to go see it. I had to see it before because ain't no way she going to see this nigga in a Speedo running around, and this dude is built just like me. Like he's built just like us. Like I can understand Chris Hemsworth and Michael B. Jordan. Like they're way out of our fucking leagues. But this nigga Namor, right? Like, look at his body.
With
like
the dad bod, man. I felt
that
had
with no muscle whatsoever. I'm like, oh nah, I need to hit the gym tomorrow because this guy, he definitely gonna be stealing all the fucking baddies.
I felt seen in that scene. I was like, oh man, he out here with the dad bod, bro. He work out sometimes. That's that body type right there when you work out sometimes.
It's the gravity in the water, you know. You can't get that same gravity as.
I'm the same way. Hey man, I be floating, bro.
Exactly.
That's the excuse I be saying.
Yeah, like, exactly.
The gravity on Earth.
Gravity,
that's why I'm away. I'm like,
underwater gravity's different.
Yeah. Well, what'd you think of him, Casey?
No, he did an amazing job. This actor is incredible, man. I want to see him in a lot more roles. I want to see his. I love that, like, when we watch Wakanda, the first Black Panther movie, that feeling we got when they first entered Wakanda. I was like, talking about it with some of my friends and my El Salvadorian boys and stuff like that, my Spanish boys. I wish I could give you that feeling. This movie actually gave that feeling. And when I was watching this, I was like, yeah, how'd they pull this off twice, where they gave that feeling twice of entering this area, this world, and making it feel incredible. So I was just happy for that moment right there. I just felt that his side characters were too one-dimensional. They're just like, we mad, we kill. But it's like they are some serious characters in the comic from what I researched. Mm-hmm. And what they've got to work with here for a runtime that long, they should have taken away the American stuff, like I said in my pod, and they should have gave these guys more space to breathe and for us to feel their plight and their what's pushing them to do what they want to do, you know?
Mm-hmm. If they took away the American stuff, then what would be Namor's motivation then? Because wasn't he motivated because the Americans were Americaning and fucking trying to steal resources?
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying take it away, but put it down like 50%. And
Ross,
they still had France. They still had the introduction with France and America trying to thief from Wakanda. So they could have went in with that. They could have went in with the helicopter crashing part. That was an incredible opening scene. They could have just had a little part at the end where they're trying to like get information, but they didn't have to have this full blown Ross jogging, Ross with the ex-wife now, Rick Ross, Ricky Rose. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need to see this guy this much. Like he's not.
Yeah, man.
Like give him a show or make him go on the show or something. You know what I mean? But like the movie.
Yeah.
I wanted
That's
to
for
have
white
that
people to feel
Black Panther
comfortable.
one for Atlantis.
What'd you say?
I said that's for the white people to feel comfortable after they're
Yeah, it's a
watching
fact, man.
all this brown. They finally get that sigh of relief. They're like, "Oh, thank God, Ross is here." Oh
Yeah,
God.
that definitely got to be it.
I wanted
And
it to
then
be like
Val.
what I wanted to be like Black Panther 1 for Atlantis. Like I want to get that feeling where I know the different characters, I know the world. That's all, you know.
I could see that. I could see that. I again, it's gonna sound like I'm dick eating, but I love Namor, bro.
Me
I
too.
fucking
Yeah,
loved him.
He felt
Again,
like-
yo, when he fucking first let's go back when they were on that what was it, like a oil rig or something like that in the middle of the ocean, and they were looking for the vibranium.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm like, yo. It's like, yo, Americans are fucking thirsty for the next weapon, yo. It's
Yeah,
like, yo, I
bro.
can't, yo, it's like, what the fuck? Yo, y'all mad thirsty. And I get it, you know, we got to get to this ship before other countries and we can't, all right, whatever. But, you know, they were hunting down for it. And just that whole scene, it was almost borderline like a horror scene.
Yeah, man.
Now, remember, and I'm going to revert back. What's his face? Creepy Puppet. That's the name of his Instagram. I can't even think of his name. But the guy who directed Aquaman, he wanted it to be a horror movie type of situation.
That's right.
I felt like James Wan, yes. I don't really feel like he accomplished that with the movie, even though the movie was it was all right. It was whatever.
It was good. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but the way that, however, I don't, whatever they pronounce their names as,
Pelican.
yeah, the way that they were killing all of the people on that rig, I thought that shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
How they just had them walking off.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope.
They were able to make it terrifying anytime they were coming. Even like things that I would think in my mind is corny, like seeing a whale pulling a bunch of people and then shooting them into the air with the flipper. Like in this movie, it was like, oh shit, they got a whale too. Fuck.
Oh.
You know what I mean? That looked badass. And that's something, if I described it, it's like, what? You know what I mean? Seeing it in Aquaman, it was like cheesy, you know, but this was like actually like, oh shit.
You know why? It felt
you know what
like,
I mean?
You know, when you watch fucking Boys in the Hood when they were doing the fucking drive-bys, that's how it felt. Like,
man.
I was like, yo, they really pulling up with the choppers on a fucking humpback whale and a killer whale. I was like, what the
when
fuck?
I saw it in the theater, I was like, oh shit, what the hell? They
Man,
got whales? Yeah.
It was fucking crazy. And you know what I also like? I like that there wasn't like technology on the whales. The whales were just like, yo, they were down the fucking ride. It was like no mind control, nothing like that. They were like, yo, you need a ride? Yo, let's go spin the block on the fucking ops real quick. It was like, yo, they've been polluting our waters for mad long.
Yeah, they were about that life, man.
So when he said he riding with his killers, he talking about them whales.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's
21 Savage fucking lyrics right there. Now let's talk about the fucking fight scene on the bridge. I mean, that whole them running away from the feds. Who was it? Riri, Shuri, and Okoye, or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they were running away, I was like, all right, this is like pretty dope. Then when they got to the fucking bridge, I was like, oh nah.
That was the best fight scene of the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Where do you guys rank that? 1v1, even though she kind of like was fighting all of them in the beginning, and then she had the 1v1. Where do you guys rank that 1v1?
I don't rank it as high as the
MCU
casino scene from Black Panther 1. That one had me taken aback when I was watching in the theater. I was like, oh shit, when they had the go. Yep. And the one pan camera went up, went down, and went around, and then it went back to Okoye with the stick, hitting a bunch of the security guards. That is one of my favorite scenes from MCU, like fight scenes. But
I think that fight scene is better than the ending fight scene between Black Panther and Killmonger.
I agree completely. That's what I was about to say. But this fight scene in Wakanda Forever is better than anything else in the rest of Black Panther. Like it was like, oh my god, like I was feeling scared for her. This is like wrestling when you're watching like The Rock and Hulk Hogan. Like, oh my god, you're about to take out Hulk. You're like, no, you know what I mean? Like it had me like a little kid. Like I was like, oh no, don't do it like this. You know, so it was great. It was great, spectacular.
Yeah. Shit was fire. I was like, yo, this shit is like Soul Calibur, like Tekken on this fucking bridge right now.
I'm saying, I didn't understand though how she could stab these dudes and they could get back up though. What was going on with that?
They got that herb in them.
Say that again.
they got that heart-shaped herb in them because he shared it with the people, so they're all strong.
But they can live from getting stabbed up.
They have like, I look at them kind of like the Na'vi from Avatar. You know how they're kind of enhanced compared to humans. That's how these people are. That's why Okoye and them need those Power Ranger suits so they can keep up with them.
Fair enough.
But yeah, they're not regular. They're on some different shit. Like they could stuff that would kill us instantly. They're gonna be like, I'm good for 2 more rounds.
They were
baby.
getting dropped like flies. You know what I mean? Hitting the shocker.
They were like Wakanda's were getting dropped in this movie.
Oh yeah. Wakanda. We're not used to the Wakandans getting fucking washed because normally they're doing the washing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they was getting fucked up.
They weren't doing good in this fight, man. Everybody was just like, God damn, I hope I make it. Like every fight.
Yeah, they was getting washed. What was I gonna say? I can't even fucking remember. It was about the Tolokanians or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, do all of the people have it, or is it just those initial people that were with Namor's mom who ingested?
They have it because they got that what gives them the ability to breathe underwater. Yeah. They don't have the same strength as Namor or the slower aging rate because he's a mutant. Yeah. So they're getting the heart-shaped herb that he ingested and his mom activated his passive X gene. So he has a combination of mutation and the heart-shaped herb. So he's like Blade, pretty much.
So what about all of like the little kids that do they like? All right, so if I'm a Tolokan, I get busy, I'm pregnant. Doesn't that new baby have mutant powers, or does that baby get born and then they're fed the flower? Like,
he got a different dose of the flower from the fetus. His got a little extra spice on it, so that's why
they need to spend more time in Atlantis because this is a major arc in the MCU. Like we needed more time in this world to know what cards they're holding. You know what I mean? Like so they could do foreshadowing in better ways. Like we know, like the MCU Suicide Squad is coming, Thunderbolts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't need all this extra stuff. Like we don't need all this extra relationship shit and back and forth. And I'm gonna make a call and I heard it through. I tapped your thing. It's like, what? Come on, man. I want to know what's going on underwater right now.
That's one of the plot holes. It was like, there's no way this chick fucking tapped into or fucking hacked the Wakanda technology. Is like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, I was like, man, Ryan got a call from Feige, and Feige was like, yo, we got to fit in this stuff.
We need white people.
We gotta fit it in there somehow. I trust you. Just fit it in, brother. You know what I mean? And then he was like, okay, we gotta fit this in somehow, make it make sense. So
the movie's too black.
Quick written.
Needs more salt.
Yeah, a little quick writing of, we just tapped it, so now we can hear every phone call in a Wakanda bracelet. You know, it's like, what?
Yeah, bullshit, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, they couldn't like double trace it. Like, they're definitely smart.
Couldn't vibrate the vibranium and shake off whatever is on it automatically, like a defensive system.
Yeah,
that's all I'm thinking. Yeah. So,
what do you guys think of the theory that when Shuri was downloading all of the shit from Vision's stone, that she took some of that technology, which is why she has the computer that she's able to talk to?
She had that same AI in the last film because Ross's ship he was driving had the same AI that was voiced by Trevor Noah, who's also voicing it in this film as well. So it's the same AI. It's just integrated, I guess, more.
She had it in Infinity War or in the first Black Panther?
The first Black Panther, that was the AI that's in the ship that Ross is driving. Because he's like, I need help, and that's the ship's voice that's talking to him. But they gave Trevor Noah a bigger role in this, and by incorporating the AI into more devices.
Oh shit! See, I didn't fucking know that.
He getting that check, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got to get that check. He left the Tonight Show or the Daily Show, whatever the fuck his shit is. Yeah, he gonna have something coming in. All right, cool. What do you guys think about Riri Williams' suit?
I wasn't looking at the suit though.
The end suit looked cheesy. The first suit, where it was just mechanically made with car parts and stuff, that looked cool. but the end suit
Really?
looked too 3D to me. I was like, this is
That's a
big
Power Ranger,
shoulder
bro.
pad hearts. I was like, it's a little cheesy, man. A little cheesy.
Power Ranger,
Like
man.
it looks so cool in the comics, like her actual suit that she makes. This one was like, okay,
she was definitely a little thinner. Definitely, her suit definitely got like a BBL. Like I saw Dr. Miami, so it was a little bit thicker.
Yeah, she took that suit to DR first, you know, got it worked on.
Yeah, what I did like is I definitely like the way. First of all, I love the nostalgia of Iron Man, like hearing all of the sound effects, like that shit was awesome. Yeah. I like the way it fought. Yeah, I the way it looked, I would definitely redesign it.
Yeah, it's too 3D.
If you're gonna go that route to where it's gonna look totally different than the comics, like look at fucking Gundam Wing or something. Like they got some fucking dope ass fucking mech suits. Like you guys could have went that route.
Yeah,
that shit would have been fire.
That would be hard.
Yeah, that shit would have been hard.
I want more practical effects for her show, and probably with the show having not as big of a budget, they're probably gonna have to incorporate more practical effects with the suit. So I'm excited to see what they do in the show and how they expand her story. She's gonna be in the MIT the same time as MJ, so but I doubt they're gonna. Zendaya ain't jumping on no TV show unless it's Euphoria.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh yeah, that's
that Disney relationship.
I mean, unless they give the fucking bag. I mean,
I don't know.
That Disney relationship, man. You want that
Marvel bag? Oh yeah,
Marvel bag make you pee yourself. You look at
Yeah, she definitely getting fucking raw dog by Tom Holland. Fucking bastard.
You sounded jealous over there.
Lucky white man.
Nah, he got it.
At least make an OnlyFans. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
At least share your wealth, brother.
Drop a reel or so.
I need to see what they're doing for the next phase. Is this the last movie of Phase 4?
Yeah, we're on Phase 5 with Ant-Man. Okay. They're going to kill his ass.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about Ant-Man? You think Ant-Man's going to be better than Wakanda Forever?
The energy, it depends on what Kang does.
2 different tones. That's like 2 different songs. That's like Jay-Z's Song Cry and The Ruler's Back. You know what I mean? Like it's 2 different tracks. Okay.
Yeah, I can't disrespect Chadwick. But we need somebody who's on that level of Chadwick, and I feel like Jonathan Majors as Kang is gonna bring that to the fucking table.
Yeah,
he killed it on Loki. That was great. Yeah, he stole the show. Had everybody.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what fuckery Kang gonna be out here doing.
Yeah,
I mean, how the fuck is Ant-Man the first line of defense though? It's like
he dead, bro.
He about to get fucking washed.
This is a memorial, bro. This whole movie.
I mean, I literally seen Thanos wash all of the Avengers, and I've seen Kang wash all of the Avengers. Like,
I feel like they're gonna bring in variants of people. Like, oh shit, Robert Downey back. Oh shit, he dead again. Like, it's gonna be some shit like that just to fuck with you. They can bring back Scarlett Johansson for like 2 scenes and kill her again.
Is Scarlett
just
out?
To mess with it. I think they're gonna do some foul shit.
Scarlett's out for sure. She doesn't want to do nothing else in the future.
Ain't nobody ever out for showing that bag show up on your porch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they said she's dead,
like, I ain't doing nothing this Friday.
Yeah, they gotta find creative ways to bring the whole squad back.
The OG.
I mean, obviously Hulk is still there, Thor is still there.
Yeah.
Black Widow, Captain America, Iron Man. Obviously, we have.
They gotta recreate that scene, that circular scene that they did in the first Avengers.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah. Don't try to recreate that with like new people though. I don't want to see that same scene with fucking Shang-Chi and I don't want to like recreate it but bring back the squad. But like, make Iron Man old as fuck. I forgot he's fucking dead too. Yeah, they gotta figure out something. I
trust them. I trust that they know what they're doing though.
Yeah. If there's so much going on though. It's like we got the real world like ground level stuff.
I love that.
We have the galaxy universe stuff with like Guardians of the Galaxy and what's the fucking gold dude's name? Not Michael Quarterback.
Adam.
What?
Adam Warlock?
Adam Warlock. Yeah. Adam Warlock. I want to see where they're going with him too. Yeah. And then we got the quantum realm. Yeah. And then we also have the multiverse. So there's like mad shit that's going on right now.
They've expanded. They like for all the negatives about Phase 4, they've really expanded this. The dinner table is full. Like it's about to be Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like with all the different things we're gonna be getting. So it's really exciting.
That's a good analogy, bro. So Phase 4 was setting up the table, and then we're gonna be eating. We eating for Phase 5. Oh shit!
Phase 5, Phase 6. They set it up for like the teenage Avengers. They got it on lock. They put the groundwork in. And
I'm gonna have to steal that case. I'll write that down. I'm stealing that shit. Be on TikTok acting like I came up with. Open your third eye, brother. Open your third eye. Lie my ass off like I came up with that shit. Hell no.
Oh,
yeah, we got to get some dope shit. I was looking forward to fucking Blade, but that shit's fucking.
That shit might be dead, man.
Nah, that shit might be dead.
What do you think the situation is? Is it Mahershala Ali or is it just like
that director was wilding?
Couldn't get it together.
He had 2 fight scenes in the Blade movie. 2 fight scenes.
Yeah,
man. 2 fight scenes in the Blade movie.
What the fuck else was they doing? Yeah, it's like vampires don't like they're not the most friendliest people. It's like vampires fucking fight and bite niggas. Like what the fuck?
My dude had 2 fight scenes, bro. What did he do in politics? I'm trying to see that shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, get that guy out of here.
Oh yeah, they read the script. They're like, "Niggas, you tweaking?"
Exactly. That's
have you watched the Marvel movie before? There must be a minimum of 7 fight scenes.
Yeah, my guy came with 2 fight scenes. I'm like, y'all ready for this? So yeah, that's why they dusted his ass. They read that shit. They're like, "Nigga, you get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I think they made the right move early. Get him out and get something proper in there.
We gotta start fucking holding these fucking directors accountable because there's way too many directors that are fucking up shit. You know, look at DC. Like, finally, who bought DC? Discovery.
James Gunn is going to be in charge now. That's dope.
I'm fucking hyped. As much as I like shit on DC, obviously I love, like, you know, I love DC. I love Batman. I love the cartoons and all that shit. I will just shit on DCEU for the rest of my life until they get their shit together.
Like, think about it this way. Like, you look at a character like Peacemaker. Like, none of us got no right liking Peacemaker. This guy is a Z-list character, and James Gunn made him into a phenomenon. So, like, if he could do that with with these bum ass scrub characters, what he about to do with the A-list character, the Green Lantern?
Green Lanterns, man. Yeah.
God.
I know Green Lantern is gonna be fire, bro. What think about what he did for Guardians. Like,
exactly.
I don't think when the first time I read a Guardians comic was like when I was about to graduate out of college. Like, that's the first time I saw Guardians. And I was like, these guys are cool, but this nigga's a tree. Like, I'm not reading this anymore.
That shit was boring, man.
Yeah, but he made that shit fire.
Yeah. I just knew them from like Rocket Raccoon from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like little things like that, you know? But I never like took them on to be like, yo, I gotta read this. Or if I see the comic in the store, like, oh shit, you know what? I'm gonna check this out. But yeah, he flipped it and made it so ill. Like, they need Green Lantern and the corpse, because that is what brings together like the dark side and universe and Earth. You know, if we had a proper Green Lantern movie and we heard whispers of this guy in the universe bodying other places, and then later we got the Justice League movie that we got, it would have been way more impactful. Instead of just some 3D character who were like, who the hell? Okay.
Yeah.
Another 3D bad guy. So,
they fucked up Justice League, even though it was like cool for what it was. And I'm talking about the Snyder cut, not even
I liked it.
I think it's too long.
I liked it.
Yeah, that's just long, but I was in my house fucking watching it, so I was like, yo, fucking
They were trying to make the Lord of the Rings of comic book movies. They're trying to make an epic. Yeah. But like, you know, when you don't have the groundwork done and you're just watching these characters in an epic, it relies on us being comic book readers being like, oh man, here we go. But if you're not, you're just like, okay, Aquaman, this guy swims. All right.
It's like building a castle in what's it called? Quicksand. Like, the sand will last, the foundation's all fucked up.
He's like a bouncing ball. What's his powers? You know, it's like, okay, I don't know this guy, whatever.
Flash couldn't even run. Bro's just throwing the hands everywhere. He's too busy kidnapping out here in these streets.
Yeah, it's like the way he runs, it's like, yo, Grant Gustin runs so much better. Like, I never thought someone who had terrible run swag would like irritate me so much, man. Get this nigga Ezra Miller the fuck out. Is he arrested yet? Like, yo, what is going on, man?
Lock him under the jail. Get him out of here.
You can't say him as they, bro. We gotta be progressive.
Oh, my bad. I'm
They
an
going to
80s
jail,
baby,
okay?
bro.
They going to jail.
Yeah, we got to get him out of here. Back what you said with like Lord of the Rings. You know what's crazy about Lord of the Rings?
Mhm.
You never even saw the fucking villain. Like, you never really saw Sauron. You never saw Sauron. You just knew he was menacing.
Yeah.
For them to drop Darkseid right in the first movie was like, yo, come
you
on,
right.
why would
That's
you
what
do
I'm
that?
saying. If he was like just that menacing, like how they did Thanos, like if he was menacing like that, you just hear this name of this person, everyone's like, yo, they just dropped their pockets, everything they got. They're like, he might be coming. I don't know. Let me just drop it. You know what I mean? Like that would be.
Yo, think about it. The first time we saw Thanos do anything is him fucking up Thor, Loki, and the Hulk. Three of the probably the most powerful superhero villains in all of MCU, and Thanos came in and washed all of them.
Yep.
All he
Darkseid gets washed by fucking Zeus and fucking Hercules. Come on, bro. What are you doing?
No, they did it. Marvel did it so smart. They just had him at the after credits or at the end of the movie, and he just turned around and looked at the camera. And all the people who know who he is did all the marketing work for Marvel. Everybody's like, you don't know who that is? That's Thanos. Who's Thanos?
I was fucking
this guy. He's all the way.
crazy.
They're taking it all the way there. You know, so like it just started this ball of momentum, of positive information coming from the knowledgeable comic book people to the guys like me who loves comics, who doesn't get and read every single one, but you know, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool, let me check it out, you know. And then to the people who don't know, it hit all the different levels of people, you know, of consumer. So
we also weren't expecting that. Like when Avengers first dropped and you saw that last credit scene and you saw fucking Thanos do the smile back like he just smashed your girl, it was like, this is fucking like this is the direction they're going. It's like nuts. Like they needed to do something with Darkseid to where like Darkseid had like thousands of people like on crosses just like fucking like screaming in pain on fucking Apocalypse, like something crazy to where it's like, oh nah, the Justice League ain't fucking with him.
He should have.
But for them to just drop him and him get washed by early man, it's like, yo, this is crazy.
Nah, Darkseid should have reached through that hole and grabbed Superman by his neck and start pulling him in, and all of them are like, oh my god, this guy is just manhandling Superman, and then they all got to do something to pull him back, like use speed and like get Superman back. They should have done something where it's like, okay, this guy is whoever that guy was, close the hole. You know what I mean? Like there is somebody who could like manhandle Superman. We got a problem, you know, but they didn't. They're just like, he just looked. A 3D image just looked at the screen. And it's like, what the hell? Get out of here.
And he was kind of like he was kind of skinny too. It was like, yo, why is this Darkseid like he not eating? Like,
he was
what's
on a vegan
wrong
diet
with
for sure. He was
vegan, bro. He's vegan.
Juicing.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, and you know what's crazy? DC has the best catalog when it comes to animated movies. It's like, yo, none of you, like, I think it was Josh Whedon or whatever. It's like, yo, you never seen any of these movies? Like, there's like 5 Darkseid movies where you could watch where it's like, all right, let me do this. And you didn't do that.
The script is right there, bro. Steal it.
Yeah, what's sad is that they own all of their property too. So they could have whoever the hell they want from the comics be in the movies and do whatever they want. They weren't limited like MCU was with X-Men and with Fantastic Four and yada yada. And She-Hulk here, this person there. They had everybody. They could just do whatever the hell they could have brought Kingdom Come. They could have been like, boom, we're doing Kingdom Come just cause. Shots. Yeah. Just shoot this one in the air for y'all. Lick a shot. How you like that, Marvel? You know what I mean? But they're just lost in the sauce, man. No organization. The Rock Johnson, man, he came through and just muscled his way through, and he's giving us, getting us what we want, you know. So I'm happy about that.
They're probably like, "Sir, what about the script?" He's like, "Fuck a script. I'm gonna make it good."
Just rips a phone book.
I'm gonna give the people what they want.
Came in and fucking cleaned house. I fucking love it. I was laughing. I was like, oh, all these execs is getting fired. Let's go. Yeah. I'm like, whatever this nigga Cyborg, whatever he celebrates, that's what I'm celebrating. I don't know who this actor is. Never seen him before in my life, but I know he went through some shit.
Yeah, man. That was unfortunate what I read about him, man.
Yeah. And it's so weird because it's like, yo, how did Josh Whedon make this terrible ass Justice League? But he directed the first and the second Avengers.
It was Zack Snyder who had it at first. Zack's daughter died, and then Josh took it over, I believe. Something like that.
But he made it worse.
They made worse. He was trying to incorporate like Avenger-isms to it, like unnecessary comedy beats that didn't add to the film. They were just corny. He uses the same corny joke like in Justice League. The joke is the Flash is like running, he trips and he lands on Aquawoman. He's like on her boobs and he's like, oh no, and he gets up real quick. He does that same corny ass joke in Avengers Age of Ultron, where I think it's the Hulk bumps into Black Widow and he's like, oh no. I was like, this nigga just like touching titties in this movie. That's all they did. Can I touch a titty?
14-year-old boy.
All right, I'll take the script. All right.
And the Flash would never do that. The Flash has way more, like, I don't want to say charisma, but like he's on point with like his moves with the women. Like,
he ain't dropping and just grabbing cheeks or something.
Yeah,
I was like, come on,
misogynistic, all that shit. But yeah, I mean,
back to
James
Namor,
Gunn.
It gives me promise for the MCU villains like Magneto, because the way that they made him so terrifying in this and threatening, I can't wait to see how they bring Magneto into this world. And he's just like, look, man, I'm about
Magneto
to
and
planet,
Dr. Doom,
and I'm taking all your metal Earth. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see something like that. So.
Yeah, like Magneto has to be like the white man's Killmonger. Like that's what he got to be. Like he has to have some crazy.
Black.
Yeah, nah.
He could
they
be
can't make
from the
Magneto
civil
black.
rights. He could be from the civil rights and experience like cops or something beating his family. They could go all kinds of ways. I know some people won't like it and call it some woke nonsense, but at the end of the day, X-Men's about diversity and the reflection of.
He's already diverse. He's Jewish.
Yeah, I was gonna make
Jewish,
a joke, but then I
might
saw
want a more modern story. Like, you old as fuck if you still survived the Holocaust. It's 2022, bruh.
I was gonna make a joke, but then I saw Kanye flash and then Kyrie, and I was like, "Oh shit, my name's
Kanye's like,
the K's are dying out here. Let me not say nothing right now."
The K's are dying out here. That is funny. You better hope I don't clip that because that was fucking funny. That was funny.
Let me just relax.
Like, don't do it, bro.
I was like, Black
Hebrew,
huh?
Hilarious. But yeah, I mean, how do you, so now that we're fucking talking about it, how do you guys feel about the race swapping of fictional characters?
It worked for a couple, you know. Do you know the weirdest one was the Daredevil movie? Remember that? When they
Kingpin?
When they switched Kingpin. That one for me, I was like, this is a little weird. Yeah, I was like, this one's a little weird, but it worked. You know,
it was weird, but then when you realize how big that nigga was, it was like, who else is gonna be fucking Kingpin?
It worked, you know.
It was like, all right, I could see that.
Yeah, that one worked. It's a hit and miss, you know. Sometimes you want the accuracy of the history of the story, but like Magneto's from like the 40s. How is he gonna work in 2020?
Yeah, I was like, how you gonna be alive?
So it's like, how you gonna make it accurate to what we're going through? You can't bring World War I. You got to bring like,
that's a good point. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, you got to bring some war that's happening right now, like, you know, something that's accurate to what we all.
You know, the war on masculinity. He's gonna be a hotel.
Dr. Umar's Magneto. Man.
Oh, you gotta make him fucking Andrew Tate or something like that.
Yeah,
Dr.
Umar. Dr. Umar, Andrew Tate. Yeah, you got to make it more relevant. I think, unfortunately, as much as World War I stories are great and everything, you know, it might need an update because there's no way we're gonna have 100-year-old Magneto.
Yeah,
mashing up.
I mean, they did it in Spider-Man with Jay Jonah. Like, he was like Alex Jones, so there was no Daily Bugle like newspaper. Niggas don't buy newspapers anymore, but he's like InfoWars. So they got to do something to where it's like more modernized.
Yeah, because there's so much things happening right now in the world for real that are just destroying. You know, so there are a lot they can take from.
Fucking make Lil Nas X Magneto or Professor X. It got to be one of those two right there.
The sassy savage. Okay.
That was fucking funny.
Yeah.
All right, dope. But all right, cool. So what I want to do is I'm gonna cut it here, but I want you guys to hang back a little bit because I want to talk about you guys individual as far as like what you guys have built. What are some of your goals for just like your podcast and media and shit like that?
Yeah. And
kind of get some like inside tips and tricks on what you guys to build. So I'm gonna end it here for YouTube. Akil.
Yes, sir.
KC.
What up?
Thank you. Thank you for hopping on.
Appreciate
you guys. I'm glad we were able to work this out. And yeah, man, I had fun with you guys. This was freaking dope.
Yeah,
this was dope. We
absolute
definitely got to do this shit again.
Absolutely.
You got some good
This was
jokes
a pleasure,
in.
man. I had a great time. You're a great host, man. You're keeping the momentum going. You're keeping the questions coming. I had a great time. This was fun.
Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, cool. YouTube, we'll see you guys later. Make sure you guys sub the channel, visit Patreon and all that shit. And I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.